beautiful souls. It's great to connect with you here. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video and find it helpful. If you're a returning tribe member, welcome back. I love you all. Thank you so much for your continued support. All right, lovelies, let's get into it. Hello, beautiful souls. How are you today? Shin Dynasty here. Thank you for joining me for another video. And today we're going to talk about soul contracts, karmic relationships, cord cutting, okay? I received some excellent questions on my video titled Self-Forgiveness, Additional Thoughts. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll try to link it somewhere in here. I'll definitely link it in the description box, so please check that out. This video may make more sense to you after you watch that one. So, a Shin Dynasty tribe member, Kayla, shout out to Kayla, hey girl, had some excellent questions, and so I want to address those questions now. So you'll see me looking this way. I have notes written here, so I'm going to be referencing my notes from time to time just so I make sure that I cover her questions properly, because I think that this information pertains to a lot of people, yeah. So, okay, one of the questions that was asked, how can we know if we're holding on to bonds, contracts that are already done? This is an excellent question. Oftentimes, if you find yourself within a relationship and you have healed from the damage that you've received from that connection. So let's say that there are some toxic aspects of that relationship and you have healed yourself, you have returned to self-love, you understand that, you know, what this person thinks of you holds no weight with you, okay? It doesn't make you second guess yourself. You've set healthy boundaries with this person as well. But you keep seeing and noticing the same issues keep coming up. Like this person keeps trying to push through the boundaries, but you've done everything you need to do. You know, you're within your power. You understand your worth and your value, and you've set the boundaries, but this person just keeps coming at you with the same crap different day. That's a really good indicator that that relationship, that connection has run its course, okay? So it's kind of like the energy of beating a dead horse, that saying, that Western saying, you know, beating a dead horse, it's senseless, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. The other indication is that the relationship is very stagnant. And what I mean by that is that you are no longer learning anything within this relationship. And it's like you're not being challenged in a good way, like in order to grow. You're no longer being challenged. Like, you know how some people are in your life and they challenge you to grow. They challenge you to they challenge your way of thinking, you know, that causes you to kind of expand your mind and leads to very positive outcomes in your life, you know. There are those people, and then, you know, we've all had relationships before where it's just kind of like, you know, so you're not learning anything, you know, they're not challenging you. Also, like if you're not receiving any significant value from the relationship any longer, if you can't pinpoint areas in your life in which this person is bringing a high level of value to your life, these are all indicators that you are in a relationship and a connection that needs to end, okay? Someone needs to call it, you know, time of death, you know, today at, you know what I'm saying? So that very stagnant, kind of suffocating, heavy energy in relationships where nothing's going anywhere, there's not a lot of value being brought in, that sort of thing, that's when you know that you may be in a relationship and may be in a bond that has run its course. Okay? So if you're in that position, then it is up to you to make that decision to exit stage left. Yeah. So very good question on that. Another question, can we break the contracts? Should we release these contracts? Yes, you absolutely should release the contracts because it becomes dead weight in your life, okay? This is where I speak to people a lot about this, about the ability to release people from their lives. Because when people come from a background where you have suffered loss, where perhaps you have a parent or perhaps both parents or guardians, whoever raised you, you dealt with some neglect or rejection, things of this nature. When those wounds occur and they're not healed, in adulthood, one of the surefire signs that comes of that is the inability to release people, okay? These are the people who are in these stagnant connections where they've learned, they've done what they had to do on their end, but they're not willing to relinquish the people, and they just have this desire to, and it's not really a desire, it's kind of more so a desperation to really just hold on, to keep all the friends that you've had since elementary school, to keep all of the people. These are also people who have a hard time releasing exes, like fully releasing. These are the people who will collect their exes and keep them as friends. These types of people have a really hard time releasing, okay? When, a relationship is done and it's run its course. So yes, if you find yourself with any, what I would call dead weight relationships, where again, you're not learning, they're not bringing a high level of value to your life, you've done everything on your end that you need to do in order to heal from whatever has transpired in that connection. You're setting healthy boundaries, but this person isn't really on your level anymore. There's nothing else that they're bringing to the table. It's kind of like the same shit, different day. You need to cut. And when you release people, it's very, very, very important that you release people through the lens of love and compassion, okay? You never want to cut people out of your life when you're pissed off, when, you're holding on to a lot of anger, a lot of resentment towards them. If you feel like you hate that person, okay? These are all signs that you have healing to do before you release them. Now, in this case, releasing isn't necessarily a physical thing, okay? Releasing someone physically, if they're toxic, is necessary. Putting up the boundary, if it's to the point where you can't speak to that person or you shouldn't be speaking to that person, then do that. But there is an energetic, a mental and emotional releasing that is huge in that, okay? So before you cut that relationship off mentally, emotionally, and all this, you need to heal, okay? And you need to be able to come to a position where you no longer hold any hate or animosity towards that person whatsoever, where you come to an understanding as to what the lessons that person brought to you, what those lessons are, and how those lessons have actually helped you in understanding very important aspects of yourself and where you are in your perception of yourself, your identity. Because the thing to understand about karmic relationships is that there's a lot of mirroring involved. That means that your deepest insecurities, your fears, your doubts are all going to be, bam, put right in your face by that other person that you're bringing in, okay? Whether this is romantic relationship or this is a friend, or even in family ships, we have karmic relationships and family ships as well, okay? So basically, that's that on should you release those relationships? Absolutely, it's necessary. Like I said before, you don't want to be carrying around dead weight, because those people that you're holding on to out of obligation, or just out of, like I said before, if you haven't healed that wounding of neglect and loss from earlier years in your life, if you hold on to people and you hold on to contracts that have run their course, that energy blocks people who are meant to come into your life at any given time, who are actually on your level, okay? And as you go through life, and as you keep climbing through life, and you keep progressing, and you keep raising your vibration, you're healing, and you're becoming more and more your true self, and you're really elevating, you want the people who are meant for you to come in. You want to have this space for these people to be able to locate you and to enter into your life, okay? Because these relationships that are trying to come in, when they're being blocked by all of the stagnant relationships that you're desperately trying to hold on to, then it stunts your growth. Because as people come in, people help us elevate, okay? We're always constantly learning. We're bringing lessons to them. They're bringing lessons to us. So when you graduate, so to speak, from a certain level, and then you level up, you need people who are on that level or higher than that level to be able to come in order for you two to be able to help each other and teach each other and add value to each other's lives, that further progresses both individuals. You understand what I'm saying? So very important to cut the dead weight. Very important to be able to release people from your life with love and compassion. I love you. I respect you. What happened between us was unfortunate, but we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And, on a lot of things, we're going to have to agree to disagree. But where I'm headed and how I'm growing, you cannot come with me. So this relationship is done, I have no anger towards you. I hold no animosity towards you whatsoever. I cannot allow you to take up space within my life any longer. That's it, And so those conversations are difficult depending on who you're having them with, but necessary, okay? So going back to Kayla's question here, can we break them? Can we break the contracts? Yes. There's a thing called cord cutting, okay? Now, let me throw out a disclaimer here. Cord cutting is something to be done only when you are 100% positive that the lessons that you were to learn from that relationship have been learned, and that information has been applied to your life, okay? Cord cutting is no bullshit. It's you're messing with soul contracts when you cord cut, okay? So if you cut that energetic tie off too soon, then you're setting yourself up to where the universe is like, okay, well, you're refusing now to learn this lesson with this person, so we're just going to bring this person in because you contracted in to learn this lesson this lifetime. So you're going to have to learn it. And so we'll just keep bringing people in to teach it to you until you get it. And it's not a punishment. The universe is supporting you and backing you up. Because before you come into this life, before you incarnate in, you're with your soul family and you all are creating your contract saying, okay, now this is what I learned during my last incarnation. And this is where I think I could have done better. This is where I didn't quite get that right, I want to, in this incarnation, when I am born into this family this time, these are the lessons that I want to learn. These are the things that I want to learn about myself. This is the power that I want to gain. Well, okay, now I need you to play this role in my life. Will you do that? And if that entity in your soul family agrees to play a role, a specific role in your life, it doesn't have to be, it could be a familial role, a person in your family, friend that comes in at any point in your life, a lover that comes in any point in your life, a boss, a co-worker. Okay, we have contracts with many souls. Okay, and your soul family is huge. Okay, huge. So you contract in, that's what the contracts are, okay? And your other relatives within your family, your friends, lovers, whatever, are contracting with you, saying, this is what I need to learn from you. This is the role that I need you to come play into my life in this incarnation, so I learn X, Y, and Z. So you all are contracted in together. You don't just by happenstance run into somebody and end up in a relationship with them for no good damn reason. Okay, that doesn't happen. So the people who you come in contact with and you enter into any type of relationship in, even people that you see on the street that you smile at and you say hi, you know, you are contracted in with them. Contracts go real deep, okay? Nothing is a coincidence and nothing is left to chance. These things are mapped out, okay? And someone would say, well, we have free will. Yep, we have free will, all right, but we're still interacting with all of our soul contracts, okay? So if you zig instead of zag, all that means really at the end of the day is that you're going to end up interacting with a different set of soul contract entities, okay? But you're still contracted in with these people, these individuals, all right? So I hope that makes sense. Everyone you come in contact with in this life, you've made an agreement with, period. Free will, whatever, you've agreed, okay? To play a role for them, and they've agreed to play a role for you, all right? So I hope that makes sense. But back to the cord cutting, okay? So here's when cord cutting is necessary. Cord cutting is necessary when you are in a stagnant connection with someone which whom you've already healed with, or despite of, okay? And someone where the connection is no longer valuable, it's not bringing any value into your life, and is not posing any new lessons to you. It's just a very stagnant energy, same shit, different day, okay? Now, that type of relationship, if that person refuses to let go of you and you're releasing them and they keep showing up and keep like obsessively texting you or trying weird manipulative crap to try to get back into your life, that's when cord cutting comes in, okay? You are at this point in time, you're 100% certain that you've learned the lessons that you're meant to learn. There is nothing else. There's nothing new being brought to the table. The energy is stagnant. The relationship has run its course, but that person refuses to let go, okay? Now, cord cutting is all about energetic work, and it's to be done in ceremony. And it's not only to be done in ceremony, but it's to be done in ceremony, particularly with your ethnicity, okay? Now, if you're like me and you're a United Nations baby and pretty much everybody in the world is your family, okay? Some of us are mixed like to the 10th degree, that's me. If you're like me, then it's about your predominant, choosing what ethnicity predominantly that you vibe with, okay? That you have a super connection with, okay? And those are the practices that you're going to utilize. So knowing your ethnicity your ethnic background, not necessarily your nationality. It doesn't really matter where you're born and raised as much as it matters what your bloodline is, okay? So stick to practices that are within the realm of your specific ethnicity, your bloodline, okay? Because then that makes the cord cutting ceremonies way more potent and way more effective, okay? You're not going to want to cross over into, you know, a native or indigenous cord cutting practice if you don't have native or indigenous blood, okay? Because that's going to be a very weak practice for you, okay? Because through cord cutting, you need the backing and support of your ancestors. Okay, so when you're cord cutting, what you're doing is you're going into ceremony and you're imagining that energetic cord, because we're all connected through that energetic cord, especially all of your soul family, the people who you're contracted in here with, super connected, okay, through that energetic thread, okay? And so basically with some general aspects of cord cutting within ceremony is you're going to want to cleanse your vessel. You're going to want to make sure that you're not eating anything crazy, that you're clean inside and out. So perhaps for you, just generally speaking, perhaps for like 2 days before you perform a cord cutting ceremony, you're going to eat a very, very clean diet and drink a lot of water, okay? And you're going to prepare your internal vessel for the ceremony. The day of the ceremony, before you do the ceremony, you're going to cleanse your body. You're going to take a bath. You're going to scrub your skin. You're going to wash your hair. You're going to prepare your external vessel for the ceremony to cut the cord, okay? And then you're going to, depending upon your ethnic practices, okay, the practices of your ancestors, you may pray or go into deep meditation and call in your team, your spiritual team, for protection. Always call in protection, okay, before you do anything like this. So you have the protection of your team, you're clean, everything's ready. Depending on your ethnic background, it depends on what kind of elements that you would utilize for this. It may be water, it may be fire, it may be, earth, it may be elementals. So it may be certain insects or certain animals that you call upon, that you utilize in this ceremony as support, So like if you have a pet, this would be a great time to bring your pet in and set your pet down beside you, for support and for anchoring and so forth, okay? And when you're in ceremony and you've called in your spirit team and all of that, then it's going into speaking the words of cutting. You'll speak the person's name. You'll say the purpose of this, cutting the energetic cord. Do and say what aligns with your personal spiritual practices and the spiritual practices of your ancestors, and speak words that are uniquely yours, okay? A lot of people get caught up on, they want to research this and what do other people say. Say what feels right to you, okay? When you're in that ceremony and you're within that energy, that powerful energy, and you're getting ready to energetically cut someone out of your life for good, speak the words that feel natural to you, okay? Be within your power with it, okay? Because you can't say the wrong thing. This is your time, and this is your ceremony, and you're doing it your way. You understand? So don't get caught up on, I want to know the perfect words to say or whatever. Those words don't exist, okay? Everyone's going to have their own opinion on what those words are. You understand? So that's kind of what a cord cutting ceremony looks like in general terms. When you're finished, and asking your guides to help you to release and to cut so that this person cannot contact you any longer, cannot enter into your life. The lessons have been learned. It's done, okay? And then you're going to close it out. Some of you, if you're particularly religious, you may pray to close it out and then say something like amen, amen, okay? If you're a practicing witch like me, you'll say something like, so mote it be. If you're spiritual, but you don't affiliate with any type of specific practice, you may say something like, and so it is. Okay? So, again, just do what feels natural to you, okay? Because that's going to be the most powerful, okay? And understand that the entities that surround you, that you've called in to help support you with this, you are the most powerful player in the game in this ceremony, okay? This is coming from you, and all of the entities are only playing a supportive role in this, okay? So again, just to recap real quickly, if a person refuses to let you go and you've done everything on your end, you've healed, you're no longer angry with this person, you're not resentful, anything, you've come to a deep understanding and acceptance, you're ready to move on, the relationship is stagnant, they won't let you go, that's when you do a cord cutting ceremony, okay? And only if you have learned the lesson. Otherwise, the lesson's going to be repackaged and it's going to come right back in. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I know I covered a lot of information really quickly here, fairly quickly, yeah. So if you want me to dive into anything specifically and in more depth, in more detail, please let me know that in the comment section. I love it when you all ask questions, because that gives me a place to go with my content, because I'm not doing this just for me. Like, I get a lot out of making these videos because I love sharing my knowledge with people. I truly, truly believe that one of the major reasons why we go through a lot of heavy experiences in life is to learn from them, so that we can stand in our power, but also so that we can help others. So this means a lot to me, to be able to share my knowledge and wisdom with all of you, and also to be able to share Spirit's messages with you. I want to be a good resource for you, so I want you to ask, okay? I want you to let me know the information that you want and that you need, okay? Very important. So thank you, and all of you, thank Kayla for asking the questions so that this information, I could do this video and release this information. And I love all of you. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, my loves, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for spending your precious time with me. If this message resonates with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It grabs the attention of the YouTube algorithm so that my videos get recommended to more people. Please share this video with your family and friends. This is a great way to spread the word and connect me with people you think will benefit from my knowledge and wisdom. I'd love to connect with you in the comment section. Please share your thoughts and questions with me, and just tell me how you're doing these days, okay? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. This is free to you, so if you'd like to support me and my spiritual and creative process, subscribing to my channel is the best way to show your appreciation. Also, I upload exclusive videos, extended videos, artwork, and book recommendations along with book PDFs to Patreon. I also post all videos you see here on YouTube to Patreon about a week or two in advance. So if you'd like to become a Shin Dynasty tribe member, you'll have exclusive access to content no one else can view. And once we reach the 200 patrons goal, I will be live streaming on Patreon and making myself available for one-on-one mentoring sessions only for my patrons. So that's pretty exciting. That concludes today's video. Thanks for spending time with me today. Sending you all much love. Shin Dynasty, signing out.